right, here we are back at the 2022 ICF Canoe Freestyle World Championships here in Nottingham, England, brought to you by Direct Business Solutions. We have our men's and women's final coming up. Ladies are going to be going first. We got a stacked heat. We'll be crowning world champions this evening. Myself, Matt Hamilton. I'm here with Anna Bruno of the United States. She's going to be helping me call these ladies as we see them. We've got about just under 10 minutes till the thumbs up will be officially going here in Nottingham.
Thanks, Maddie. Great to be here. Our final two events of what has been a huge week of fun, of competition, of ICF Freestyle, and of a lot more. So what have been some of the highlights of this past week for you?
Where do I start? It's been absolutely amazing. Every single finals, semifinals that we've seen so far have had battles in them, really close scores. The energy's been electric. I can't believe the community comes out here in freestyle. We've been seeing so many comments from not necessarily outsiders, but other people, ICF officials that have never seen freestyle, to National Federation chairman coming to the scene, and they're just loving this freestyle community. Everybody's helping each other out, you know, getting people in the boats. Today, I wanted to go kayaking for the first time.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, there was gear, boats, everything. I got to go for a quick paddle this morning. Tons of fun. The community has been absolutely amazing here.
Yeah, I think, you know, some highlights for me have also been the Young Guns freestyle competition that's taken place all week. You know, so seeing tons of new paddlers and youth paddlers having an opportunity to take part in this event, make some memories, and meet some of their paddling heroes. The biggest loop competition that happened earlier this week, a synchronized freestyle competition.
That was hilarious
to
watch.
I actually don't know who won that or what the winning ride combo was, but I think just the number of ways that HBP Whitewater and the festival organizers have made this world accessible to more than just the 200 athletes competing. Another moment this afternoon, almost 20 minutes ago, the skies just opened up here, and did the crowd leave? No, everyone just pulled up an umbrella.
If that had happened in Canada, they would have all left. We're not used to the rain at home in Canada. Here in the UK, I can actually see some blue sky. We have weather reports that things are going to clear out for our finals. We have a beautiful crowd there.
See Parker Troutman, Emily Jackson's daughter, just waving that American flag here as she gets ready for our women's final.
Yeah, Emily is in this final in just a few minutes. We've got a stacked heat of ladies. We're going to have Emily Jackson leading it off, Denise Rebneger of Austria, Hitomi Takaku of Japan, Marlene Devillez of France, and Ottilie Robinson-Shaw of Great Britain. Tell me a little bit about what's going on here this week with these ladies. You know, we've got a little bit of a story evolving here with Ottilie. Has 2 gold medals already. She has really good potential to get a third here and be the golden girl. The only other person I know of that's done the 3 gold is Dane Jackson.
That's right.
So pretty cool story evolving here in the battle. We've got reigning world champion Hitomi Takaku here, going to try and defend that world title, and definitely has potential to do that.
You know, I think the newcomer to this final is really out of Austria, Denise Rebneger. Right, yeah. So this has been, and Denise has been around the scene for a long time, organizer of the Salsa Rodeo over in Austria, recently won the marathon race at the Level 6 King of the Alps, has been putting a lot of work into her paddling, and I know that in this ICF competition, she hit some of her highest personal best ride scores just round after round, and I think while she wanted to make it into finals, while she knew she could make it into finals, I think the shock of actually being there is going to be real, and I'm excited to watch her and see how she can stand up against these very established names. You know, Emily Jackson, multiple world champion. Hitomi, as you said, our reigning world champion. Hitomi actually struggling with this feature to be consistent. You know, we've seen some 300-point rides from Hitomi. We've also seen some 700-point rides. Emily Jackson staying really consistent in that 500, 400, 600-point range. You know, we've seen her ride. We kind of are hoping to see her hit everything that she is capable of. Marlene, just a phenomenal paddler, a multiple silver medalist here at the World Championship. I think her style, the verticality, the precision in her tricks, she's so smooth. I would never count her out. I would love to see her on the podium again. And then, as you said, Ottilie Robinson-Shaw. So in her first competition as a senior woman, she won the first ever women's C1, took the gold medal in that. She just smashed point barriers in the women's squirt boat class with scores that would have won all of the men's events, setting new ICF records. And then earlier this week in the quarterfinals, Ottie putting down 2 1,000-point rides. One of them, a 1,186.67, a new ICF world record. So we know that this is her world championship. She wants it. She's been living here at the course in a van. Her partner, Harry, also in finals. You know, this is a moment that she has been waiting, dare I say, 3 years for, maybe even more.
Absolutely. Showing what it takes to be there, you know, training all the time here in Nottingham. This is her home spot. Harry Price, her partner, living in a van, training every day down here, really putting the effort in to be on top. This is the largest crowd I've seen. The big smile from Emily Jackson, and she's waiting for the thumbs up from our head judge, Paul Shep. We should be seeing that thumbs up in about 3.5 minutes here as we get ready to get this final started.
That's right. So a lot to come. These paddlers will be reverse seated. Emily Jackson will be the first paddler to go, followed by Denise out of Austria, Hitomi from Japan, Marlene of France, and Ottilie from England. So we have, same as we've had all week, 45-second rides. In this finals round, paddlers get 3 rides, of which 1 counts. So paddlers have some throwaway. They've got some room to play, got some room to explore. And I would not be surprised to see the leaderboard changing up every round. So I believe that we're going to have our athletes introduced for the crowd here in the arena before they actually drop onto the feature. So what a way to hype up the athletes. What a way to hype up the crowd. You can see them cheering. Take a look at that. The banks here at the HPP Whitewater course are packed.
Yeah, both sides of the river lined with people here. This is an amazing facility they have here at the National Water Sports Center. So many activities going on here all week. It's been pretty amazing to see the development programs they have here. They've definitely built a legacy here in Nottingham of whitewater paddling, in freestyle, slalom, downriver, all of the disciplines here.
That's right. So, well, what we're looking at is called the Twin Wave feature. It is just one of many features here on the whitewater course. You know, the biggest loop comp and the synchro freestyle we mentioned taking place further upstream in the famous inlet feature. And I think that it's fair to say that Nottingham and the whitewater scene here has been really responsible or very involved in the development and progression of freestyle, at least in hull boating, in the last decade. You know, we've seen a lot of the combos moves developed here. We've seen a lot of the links become refined and polished here. And I think we're seeing a lot of new paddlers pushing different skill levels and different tricks. You know, we've been seeing lunar loops. We've been seeing tricky loops. We've been seeing lunar tricky loops. You know, and I think even in the women's competitions, we are seeing these harder tricks and these link bonuses and these combo moves. And I think for me, that's been one of the exciting parts of competition. But, oh, we're getting close. We are getting closer. Is this it, Maddie?
I think we're close. They're pretty good at starting on time. I have 1 minute and 13 seconds left till go time.
All right, perfect. Just enough time for the crowd to maybe take a quick breath.
Paddle high five over there.
Daughter Parker telling Mom M, no matter what you do, Mom, just go out and have fun.
Yeah, she said that the other day. I was there when she said that. It was really cute. We've got Emily's in-laws, the Troutmans, up on shore, her mom and dad.
You know, I just want to give Emily Jackson a quick shout out here, a wonderful mentor to up-and-coming paddlers, just a phenomenal human, one of the hardest working humans I know. You know, she's a mom to 2. She helps run Jackson Kayak. She's the team manager there. She, you know, is just, I think, always pushing not just herself but other people to be their best. And I have to say this, you know, I think she's a surprisingly underrated paddler. A lot of people associate her more with the waves of the Ottawa. She did win the World Championship on the Ottawa in 2015. She did win the World Championship on the wave in Toon. And yet, you know, she's been in the finals here tonight. She was in the finals in Sort. And she was top 8 in Argentina. So she is a well-rounded, very talented paddler. She has all the tricks. And I'm excited to see what she can put together for us.
Yeah, you can never rule her out at being on a podium,
competitor.
let alone maybe on the top of that podium. She knows how to compete. She's always smiling. The whole Jackson family is here. Dane, EJ, and Emily all paddling here in this World Championships, as well as Emily's husband, Nick Troutman of Canada, has been on the water. It is a family thing for them. They're out training full-time, paddling full-time. As you said, Emily working for Jackson Kayaks as team manager, working tirelessly to keep that legacy going at Jackson Kayak as her dad left the company a little while ago, started a new company. There's Emily getting a fist bump. She's smiling. She sees the thumbs up. She's giving it back to Paul Shep. I'm going to let Anna call this one.
All right.
As we see it from the announcing booth here, the judges obviously make the call, but here's Emily.
Bib 109 dropping in, starting things off conservative, taking that drop-in approach, going right into the big air loop, following it up with cartwheels, maybe getting a link bonus on those, keeping those ends nice and vertical, selling it to the judges, not wasting a second as she moves to the Space Godzilla, linking the cartwheels after the Space Godzilla. I wouldn't be surprised to see her getting that huge bonus on some of these tricks. Space Godzilla to the left, getting that rotation needed to score, and you can see the scoreboard going up. She goes for the McNasty to the right. Emily moving fast, looking dynamic, looking powerful in this twin wave feature. McNasty the other direction, maybe getting air on that trick, straightening it up. This is a ride we know that she has been putting down. I feel like she's been holding back all week as she goes for that phonics monkey, maybe getting air, and then following it with a lunar orbit. Keep it going, Emily on the buzzer. That's the famous Jackson fist bump peace sign combo that we know and love. What a first ride to lay down to say, I'm here, I'm competing for one of those podium spots. And don't you forget it.
Emily definitely putting some points on the board, making the others probably a little nervous upstream. We're going to see what they've got to answer back to that in just a few minutes here as we see Denise getting ready to come down. Emily's preliminary score of 623.33 on the board. She's hoping it's going to go up. We'll wait to see what happens. There's the replay. There's the McNasty.
Just look at the power that she puts into these moves. You know, Emily spending a lot of time training in the gym as well, going for that phonics monkey, maybe getting McNasty, maybe getting a phonics out of it. 623.33. That is a strong first score, and she still has 2 rides to go.
Yeah, Emily's got to be excited about that. Points on the board when you're the first one to go in a final is definitely a good thing. There's Denise. Getting ready to go.
This feature has challenged athletes, you know, to be consistent. And so, let's see, I think I can see Denise visualizing her ride as she waits for that thumbs up from head judge Paul Shep. Look for Denise's big aerial maneuvers here. So big that you can see the portrait of her dog Rio on the bottom of her boat.
Awesome. I love the graphics on these Geeky Crowd boats. He is an artist when he builds these boats. The Bart Simpson boat being my favorite this week. But the puppy on the bottom of the boat is awesome as Denise drops in, going for a wing over right away, looking for that entry two as she spins it around, looking for a McNasty. Getting a little flash of Rio there as she sets up, going for another McNasty. Pulling it around. Her angles might not quite be in that 20 degrees. There it is, looking at McNasty again. Right on the back of the foam pile, bubbling off, but quickly back into the eddy. Still has 21 seconds left on the clock to make it back up. She's already back on the twin wave. Let's see what she's got for us next as she's setting up. She really wants to sell that McNasty. There it is. Let's see what she's got. She's going for it the other direction. Definitely selling it that time.
Yeah, Denise in one of her early rides, picking up about 300 points in 10 seconds and doing it again here, just showing that grace under pressure and the ability to perform under pressure. So not a perfect ride, but still a strong recovery.
Yeah, she's got lots of points on the board. She'll be looking to capitalize on that in her second ride. They have 3 rides here. Best one's going to best one is going to be the one that counts to get them up onto the podium. Hitomi Takaku wearing that #1 bib is up next as we watch the replays from Denise here. Nice McNasty.
Denise sitting on that first ride score of 340 points. You know, the nice thing about the live scoring is the athletes get instant feedback and they know, what do I need to do differently on my next ride?
Yeah, Hitomi Takaku firing up the crowd, giving them a fist pump. The sun's coming out here this evening in Nottingham, England, the National Water Sports Centre. We've got a stacked heat of ladies here in our finals. We'll be crowning a world champion here in just an hour or so. Right after the men's, we'll be having a medal ceremony, so make sure you don't take off as we watch Hitomi make her way down to the feature. She got the thumbs up from our judges. We got 3 judges and a head judge on the stand. Hitomi dropping in with a nice entry McNasty.
Going for that big aerial loop, trying to sell it to the judges with the clean bonus. Spinning it around, looking for one of those huge McNasties that she does just so well. Watch her spin it around as she goes for the other McNasty. Maybe just missing the landing on that one. I wouldn't be surprised to see her repeat that trick. Here we go. Look at the jump that she puts on that. Carving over to that surfer's right shoulder, spinning it around, setting up for her next trip. What's it going to be? The Phonics Monkey. That was beautiful. Going back for that McNasty yet again. You know, a lot of paddlers, you're seeing like a nemesis move here this World Championships. There's the McNasty. She knew she had it. She knew she wanted it. Going for the loop on the buzzer.
Solid ride for Hitomi with a big fist pump for the crowd. She's excited about that right away, seeing her preliminary score up on the board. That might be enough to get her up into the lead on our leaders board here. We still have 2 more paddlers to go in the first run here of the women's finals.
That's here at the ICF 2022 World Championship.
Absolutely.
Women's finals.
Yeah, we made it.
We made it.
We're at the finals. It's pretty amazing here. It's been an exciting week to bring this action to you guys here on the live feed. We've also got the arena going here. The crowd is cheering. I can see the French moving down. We're seeing Hitomi Takaku score. Brings her into first place currently at 726.67. Marlene Devillez is on deck. There she is, the big smile from the French woman there. She's been on the circuit for a really long time. She's got multiple silver medals. She would love to move up to the top step of the podium.
Gosh, I would love to see her there as well. But, you know, I want to see all of these paddlers just do their best and do well. And Marlene, you can see the French flag flying there. Hands bumping in. She is setting things up. It looks like she'll be starting her ride off with an entry move.
And she is going for entry McNasty, nice and vertical. Really selling that to the judges as she goes into a McNasty. She's setting up over here to this favorite surfer's right side. Let's see what she's got. She's going to go for that McNasty in the other direction. A lot of the athletes struggling with that one, and she didn't seem to have any issues with it there. She's going for a nice big loop. Maybe Space Godzilla. There was a little bit of a twist on that. Oh, unfortunately, bubbling off to the side. The crowd is making a lot of noise to bring her back up the eddy as fast as she can. She still has about 10 seconds left as she gets back onto the twin wave feature right away, setting up. She drops in, going for a Space Godzilla to the right, and Space Godzilla to the left, right at the buzzer.
What a sell. Oh my goodness, she plugged that with authority. That went huge, and she still paddled upstream to stick it, saying to these judges, I landed that before the buzzer was done ringing, and it was inside the flush line of the feature. You know, at this level of competition, a flush can be a make or break. You know, there's almost no room for mistakes. So look at that McNasty. Marlene's score coming in at 583.33, putting her in that third place position with 1 paddler still to go. That's a risky place to be if you want to podium.
Marlene's replay there. You can see that beautiful McNasty, and there she is climbing out of her boat. 583.33 points on the board for her first of 3 runs here. Best run will count in this final, where we crown our World Championships as we're introducing Ottilie Robinson-Shaw of Great Britain.
Yeah, and I just want to clarify something I had said earlier. So while Ottie's highest single score in this competition was a record for the ICF World Championship single ride, Ottie has actually smashed the 1,200 point mark in different ICF competitions here in the UK already. And so this paddler is one to watch. These rides, I'm just really excited to see setting things up with the entry McNasty, maybe even getting the huge bonus on that as she airs it out. Going right into the McNasty to the right, switching it around, going for the McNasty the other direction, pulling her boat over the top, getting that air, maybe getting those huge bonuses, not wasting time, plugging for that huge aerial loop, trying to just, you can see her kicking the boat out as the water just flies off as she goes for that Space Godzilla to the right. surfing it around, looking for a phonics monkey, getting the air. Next up, going for the lunar orbit, just missing the setup. There she goes, going once again lunar, right into the lunar loop with that trophy move. She is throwing down. She's not taking prisoners. Lunar orbit the other direction. What a ride for Ottilie Robinson-Shaw. Oh my goodness. The crowd is just, you could probably hear them in Scotland.
She just went off there. Looking at the preliminary score, she might have a chance to even get another record here. I could say pretty solidly she's going to be in the top step of the podium right now with that, or moving, the top of our leaderboard. There's still lots of other rides to go. Great replay here, 1216.67, Anna. Wow.
You know, paddlers have to stick to a certain number of tricks on the score sheet, right, that each have point values, but then they also have link bonuses, huge bonuses, and air bonuses available. And so for some paddlers, you know, there is a lot of creativity in the way that you can play with the score sheet to maximize your score. And we are seeing Ottie working that score sheet to perfection as she tries to not just do the tricks, but to put on those bonuses to maximize her points on them as well. We're seeing those trophy moves, those lunar loops. Almost every round of the competition, there's been someone trying a lunar loop, which is just, I think that alone speaks to the level of progress in the sport.
Absolutely. It's getting well beyond my skills these days, it seems. But we've got Emily Jackson up next. There's that big smile as she looks down here at the judges' stand, setting it up right away into a Space Godzilla to the right, into some cartwheels. Getting lots of points on the board right off the bat. She's going to drop in again. Nice big loop. Cartwheeling around. Again, let's see what she's got. Over on the surfer's right side, drops in. A Space Godzilla to the left. Right away, right back into that sweet spot where she wants to be, going for that McNasty. Oh, high on the foam pile, pulling it right back into the twin wave feature. She sets up. She's going in the other direction there, trying to get those McNasties on the score sheet. As she sets up. Again, there she is.
Going for the lunar orbit.
Orbit at the buzzer. Solid ride once again for Emily Jackson, going into some clean wheels to finish it off.
Look at that smile. Emily told me that she caught herself smiling to the judges in between all of the tricks on her rides during this competition. And I love just watching for that grin as she goes on there. So Emily's last ride score of 623.33, it doesn't look like this ride score is going to beat that. So she's going to stick in that third place position and leaving herself a little bit vulnerable. Look at that, linking into those cartwheels, not wasting a second on those first few tricks. Just such a strong, powerful paddler.
Yeah, Emily Jackson having a ton of fun here. Her first run score of 623.33 is the one she's going to move forward with. Not quite getting that score up. She's got one more ride to really show us what she's got here. And here's Denise of Austria up next. She's got 340 points from her first run. She would like to improve that. These ladies have three runs. The best one will count to see who's going to be our world champion.
That is right. And I think right now that Ottilie Robinson-Shaw has put herself in a position that is going to be a little bit hard to beat. So does that mean these other paddlers are going to stop trying? Absolutely not. Denise lining it up for an entry wing over.
There it is. Nice entry wing over. She's working herself back down into the foam pile as she sets up, going for a McNasty.
Struggling to bring her boat around straight, but still moving back over, unfortunately catching an edge and window shading. Oh, the double window shade. Those are sometimes the worst, but recovering nicely, she goes right back for the McNasty. You can see Denise just constantly looking back upstream at where she wants to go. Beautiful McNasty, getting the air bonus on that one. That should put some points on the board for her. 13 seconds left. What's she going to go? Going for that Space Godzilla to the right. Carving it over, spinning it around. Just really kind of struggling to get that boat under her. Going to go for a back loop on the buzzer, and unfortunately not quite sticking that trick.
Yeah, struggling a little bit to get the flow or get things moving there on the feature. She'll have one more ride here in just a few minutes. She's going to stick with that 340-point ride. Currently Denise in 5th place. Let's watch her replay here. Oh, there's that edge catch. She rolls up right away, catching another edge, unfortunately. Those window shades are tough. This twin wave feature sometimes is dishing them out as we move forward.
It's a feature that does boss you around. You know, you've got to be on your toes. You've got to be fresh. You've got to be aggressive. And for these athletes who've been competing all week, it's tiring.
Absolutely. By the time you get to the finals here, you've got to be exhausted. And that's another amazing thing about Ottilie is she's had a ton of rides, as we're now introducing Hitomi Takaku of Japan, currently in the silver medal position. But we've got lots more rides to go here in our women's final. Let's see what Hitomi's has for us now.
Our former world champion rocking that number 1 bib, lining it up with an entry McNasty, getting the air on that, maybe even a huge bonus. Spinning it around right into the McNasty, unfortunately missing that, but retaining the feature. Hitomi, known for those big tricks, trying to get those huge bonuses. You know, she really flirts with how long can she stay on that edge of her boat, spinning it around to the right.
All right, she sets up into another McNasty. Nice and strong, nice and vertical. She works her way down deep into the foam pile, getting the McNasty in the other direction, going into, I think she was trying for a loop or a Space Godzilla there. She still has 11 seconds on the clock to make her way back up onto Twin Wave. Let's see what she's got for us here in a few seconds left. Drops in. And the buzzer goes. She goes for that tricky woo right off the bat.
No way.
Beautifully executed
that
tricky
was
wave.
Amazing.
Unfortunately, I think that was after the buzzer.
But it's still fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Amazing to see these ladies getting those big tricks on the board.
Hitomi, one of our older competitors, Ottilie, one of our younger competitors. And I think it just shows that this is a sport that you really can do well and excel at almost any age. And so Hitomi, just to go out there and throw that tricky woo, it's kind of a little bit of her saying, I've still got this. Don't count me out yet. I can do these hard tricks too.
Well, and she is also sitting in silver medal position. There's her second score, 333.33 points. She'll stick with her first run of 726.67.
You know, Hitomi during training was just out here for 8 hours, 10 hours a day on the water, nonstop. And everyone I was talking to all week was just saying, how does she do it? I asked her and she just said, I love kayaking.
Yeah, I think we all do, or we wouldn't be here.
It's true.
I was giddy when I got in the boat today on the river and just played around a little bit, doing some stern skirts and tailies, as they like to call them here in the UK. Marlene Devillez of France making her way down here in her beautiful Jackson Carbon boat made by Murky Waters with a big entry McNasty, leading it right into McNasty in the other direction, setting back up. She goes for the McNasty. Oh, there it is. Both McNasty, entry McNasty, sets up here on the surface right shoulder into a Space Godzilla to the right. Let's see what else she's got for us. She drops in. She wants the loop. Sets up again, getting up nice and high in the foam pile into a phonics monkey. She's still on the feature. Lots of time left. Let's see what else she's got for us. She goes for Space Godzilla to the right. I think we may have already seen that for her. Maybe she really... getting a flush out. She only had 3 seconds left on the clock. Another solid ride for Marlene Devillez of France.
Still bettering her score from her first run where she had that unfortunate flush. You know, you can see the paddlers start to follow into that flow, find their rhythm. You know, she goes right from this entry McNasty right into her next trick. She has that routine in her head. She knows what she wants to hit. Those Space Godzillas just going right for it. And I don't think we've seen all of her ride yet. 680 points. That will move her into the third place position.
All right, Marlene now in third place on our leaders board. Next up, we have our current leader, Ottilie Robinson-Shaw of Great Britain. She has 1,216.67 points on the board. That is a massive score. I believe that is a new ICF record, World Championships record for ladies.
Ottie's put together a few 12,000 point rides. I'd have to go back and check the official events in ICF competitions, but this is a new single ride score for an ICF World Championship event.
Okay, thanks for the clarification on that, Anna. The crowd is absolutely going off here right now in Nottingham as Ottilie's on the feature with a huge entry. McNasty, she's going to set up, backs into the feature. Looks like she's going for a McNasty, looking for maybe the huge bonus on that. Really driving it into the back blast and getting it up nice and high. She's going to do that again. Looks like in the other direction. Absolutely huge. Anna's shaking her head beside me as she drops in for a massive loop, holding her paddle way up in the air to get it clean. And she goes for a Space Godzilla to the right. All right, sets up again, nice and high on the foam pile. She's going for a Phonics Monkey. Bubbling up high. Oh, she's going to pull herself right back into the feature there. Sets up, going for a lunar, a loop. There it is. Can she better that 1,200 point, going for the lunar in the other direction?
On the
she backs
buzzer.
it up, flushing out on that lunar right at the end. Absolutely amazing second ride, showing a ton of consistency here in the women's final.
It is really impressive to watch. You know, Ottie and partner Harry Price have a YouTube channel called Freestyle Without Limits, and the idea behind that is why set limits on what you're capable of? Why not try and match the men's scores? Why not try and go right up there with her? Like, who's to say that you can't? So Ottie's second score, really impressive, 1,136.67, but still, she will keep that first ride score and her position at top of the leaderboard.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty hard to knock her off the top of this leaderboard as we are back up to the top of the order for our third and final rides here of the Women's World Championships Finals. I see Coach Clay Wright clapping his hands, all the Americans waving their flags. Emily's children are down here, her parents are here, her in-laws are here, her husband Nick is here. They're all ready to go. Mason Hargrove flying that American flag in the background.
So Emily currently sitting in fourth place, only around 60 points separating that third and fourth place. And so this is her moment. This is her final chance to say, I want a place on that podium. Oh no, missing her first loop plug, but recovering well, going for that big aerial loop, linking it into the cartwheels to the right. Going for that next trick, maybe just missing that initial plug, but saving it with that massive Space Godzilla to the right. Didn't you see her smile in between tricks there? Still finding time to catch her breath between that Space Godzilla to the left, trying to get all that rotation, switching it around into the McNasty, catching her edge. Oh my goodness. Here she goes. McNasty the other direction, getting the air on that trick, retaining the feature. Here we go. Backing it up, looking for the McNasty to the other way. And unfortunately, that is time as she goes for that lunar orbit. So Emily, again, such a strong competitor, so consistent. She's got those hard tricks, and what an impressive score, seeing as she actually had to go back and repeat a lot of those tricks. You know, a few bobbles in this ride, and still putting down a very competitive score.
Yeah, Emily having another great 5:23.33 for her third and final ride here in the women's finals. You can see all her scores coming up. 6:23.33 is her highest score, has her currently in fourth place.
So what this means is that our next paddler, Denise Rebneger, is the only paddler that can change up our podium. So while that podium order can still change after Denise's ride, right, Denise, right now, she is the only paddler left that could maybe bump Marlene or Hitomi down, or bump Marlene out as she tries to earn a place on that podium.
Absolutely. She's the only one who can change the medal orders or knock somebody off of the podium. Let's see what she has to say about this. This is her third and final ride here at the 2022 ICF Canoe Freestyle World Championships.
And you know, we've seen a lot of crazy things this World Championship, so I am holding my breath as Denise drops in, looking for that entry wing over, setting it up, going right into the McNasty, going for the air bonus on that, and unfortunately catching her stern and popping out. That is not what she wanted.
It will be very difficult to knock herself up into the podium after having a flush like that, but she's back up to this twin wave feature with 23 seconds left on the clock, which is lots of time. We've seen some big scores happen in just a few seconds. She tries for that McNasty, unfortunately not quite getting the finish to it. Her angles might not have been great, but there she goes, answers back with another one. She's going to set back up, 8 seconds on the clock Let's see what she's got for us as she drops back in with a nice big loop. Going for a McNasty right at the buzzer, pulling it on, flushing out. Solid effort from Denise.
Yeah, so I know that has to be both heartbreaking and also so rewarding for Denise's first ever final in an ICF World Championship. So still strong performance, not close to what we've seen her put together earlier in this week, but let's just watch the replay. She goes for that McNasty. And I think Denise has just really secured herself a reputation for this explosive, powerful style and some of those really huge aerial loops. I hope they show a replay here. And then up there's that switch McNasty. Boom, right up over the top.
Yeah, beautiful ride there. Love to see that. Looks like she's got a golden retriever or a lab on the bottom of the boat. Oh, here we go.
So what this means, we have our podium, right? But what we don't know is what will be the order of our podium finishers. 3 athletes to go here in our women's final at the ICF World Championship. And next up will be reigning world champion, Hitomi Takaku.
Yeah, wearing the bib number 1. Those single-digit bibs indicate that this person is a reigning world champion here to defend their title. All right, Hitomi won in Sort, Spain in 2019. Amazing paddler. Let's see what she's got for us here. She drops in. She's got that entry McNasty entry move, looking for entry 3 on the scoreboard. She goes right away for a McNasty.
That's right, getting the air bonus on that, going right into the other one, swinging the boat over her head, getting that air bonus. You can almost see her helmet come flying back as she gets so much momentum, spinning it around, looking for that phonics monkey, bringing the boat over the top, using that brace stroke to retain the feature, keeping her boat straight and selling it to the judges. She's surfing over as she looks to set up that next trick. What's it going to be? Spinning around into the front loop, trying to clean it up, not using her paddle to retain the landing, catching her edge there, but my gosh, this is where competition experience really comes into play. She goes for that Space Godzilla on that flushy corner as she goes for the other Space Godzilla just after the buzzer. I would have loved to have seen her put that tricky woo into her ride before the buzzer, but strong performance for Hitomi.
Yeah, Hitomi definitely coming here to defend her world title. I don't think that's going to do it with 688.33 points there, just coming up green on the board. She'll stick with her 7:26.67, which currently has her in silver medal position.
So right now, though, Marlene Devillez of France, right, she came into this final in the 2nd place position, and I'm thinking that she wants to retain it. We've seen her put down 700-point rides. We've seen her even put down an 800-point ride in the past. You know, I think that there's a chance that this podium could still shift slightly.
Absolutely.
And she's hyping the crowd up. Marlene moving to Voss, Norway, had to make the difficult choice of competing in the Voss Extreme World Championships are coming here. And I think she's made it worth her while. Such a great human to have in the freestyle scene, an advocate for clean rivers and river health awareness in France and in Europe.
Absolutely.
But she's not thinking about that right now, is she?
No, she's thinking about what she's about to show us here in this feature here. She's a Jackson Kayak athlete, a level 6 athlete, as she gets a nice entry McNasty as well, going in the other direction, trying to get that McNasty going, not quite pulling it around. She needs to do that again, just really sell it to the judges. There it is, getting nice vertical, coming around within that 20 degrees, pulling another one around there. Let's see what else she's got for us. She's going to set up in that surfer's right corner, dropping in for a Space Godzilla to the right. She's going to set up quickly. She wants to drop in again. Let's see, she's got maybe another Space Godzilla to the right there. I think she was trying to get the loop, but got a little bit twisted on it. Let's see what the judges have to say. She's going for that phonics monkey, pulling it right over, nice and vertical. She's going to drop in for a Space Godzilla to the left, just at the buzzer. Solid ride for Marlene Devillez of France.
Yeah, Marlene going to be, I think, a little bit disappointed with that last ride. I know she didn't quite get to all of the tricks that she had in that ride planner that she wanted to do, but still, strong performance, a medal-winning performance. So 536.67, she will be sticking with that 680. That keeps her in the 3rd place position, which means right now we have a victory lap for Ottilie Robinson-Shaw again.
Third time.
The third time this week.
She is our golden girl here at the 2022 ICF Canoe Freestyle World
Yeah, you know, I heard that
Championships.
silver just doesn't go with her skin tone.
Well, she looks pretty good with gold around her neck.
Yeah.
And she will again here at the medal ceremonies in just about 1 hour after the men's goes. What an amazing evening we have here. The sun came out after we got a little soaking there. We're happy to see the sun. We've had pretty amazing weather really for England, but Ottilie Robinson-Shaw is definitely the golden girl, 1216.67. She doesn't even have to do anything right now. She just drop it and surf around, but you know what?
She's going to throw down. And you know what? I want to just point out that bib number 3 indicating that she was our junior world champion at the last world championship. So
has anybody done that before?
You know, I believe Dane Jackson might have, but I'd have to check the records. I don't know if Emily Jackson might also have done that at one point, but I don't think anyone in the women's class has gone directly from the junior world champion to the female world champion. I don't think anybody has. Starting things off with that entry McNasty, getting the air bonus on it, unfortunately catching her edge as she goes to set up for her first McNasty, but not phased, backing it up, getting so high up the pile and going for that huge bonus and just bobbling it.
Yeah, she might be tired. You know, she's won 3 world championships here, or gold medals here.
You know, I think she's just trying to push the envelope and see how big she should go. And I'm not going to be surprised to see a back loop McNasty. I'm not going to be surprised to see a lunar loop.
I wouldn't did a lunar
There's
there.
the lunar.
Oh, going into a cartwheel, bobbles again. I think she's going to call it there. She's got to be exhausted. Golden girl here 3 times in a row at the World Championships on her home spot in England, in Great Britain. There'll be stories about this for years to come.
This is a dream come true. I think it is fair to say a huge dream come true. You can see that huge grin as she goes up to be interviewed by John Best. A big hug from really good friend Abby Holcomb, who just won the Junior World Championship for women. The two of them have been training together, working together hard with Coach Dan Newton. And I think what we're seeing here not only is, I think, just the point gap between men and women narrowing. I think we're seeing a new era of freestyle kayaking. I think we're seeing more athletes working with coaches. We're seeing a different approach to freestyle itself. Ottilie Robinson-Shaw, 160 points in her third ride, does not change her ranking at #1 place. John Best is going to be interviewing here, and I'm excited to see what she says, and we can recap it for you in a minute.
Champion, Ottilie.
Well done, Ottilie. Thank you.
Absolutely incredible rides. Ottilie, how do you feel?
Oh, I've just been crying. I feel a bit emotional.
No, you're not making me cry. Ottilie, can you tell us a little bit about the preparation for this event?
I poured my heart and soul into preparing for this event, and to get the 3rd gold, it means a lot, just to back up how much time I dedicated to kayaking, and I love it so much, but it's not easy, and yeah.
You're so inspiring to so many paddlers, and what's in store for the future? Are you fired up for Columbus?
Yeah, I'm fired up for Columbus. I've got some work to do on a wave, but I'm very excited to, yeah.
I think you're a contender for sure. Okay, thank you, Ottilie. Let's hear it for our new 2022 Women's World Champion!
That's right. We just caught our breath there, taking in the moment along with the crowd as Ottilie earns herself that world champion title, followed by Hitomi Takaku in 2nd place and Marlene Devillez of France in 3rd. What a women's final.
Wow.
One for the history books.
Absolutely. You're seeing Ottilie Robinson-Shaw obviously taking this top spot. Hitomi Takaku in the silver medal position. Marlene Devillez getting a bronze medal. Solid performances by all of them. Ottilie, obviously the golden girl. What a story here at the World Championships for her.
The first triple gold medalist of female athlete. C1 gold, squirt boat gold, K1 gold. Just wow, what a week. Consistent performance, consistent domination in her rides. I am almost sad to see this week come to a close, but luckily we're not quite done yet.
No. We've got one big event. We've got the men's final.
That little thing?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm done, right? I was here for the women's show.
Yeah, yeah. Anna's going to be signing off in just a few minutes here.
Yep.
I'm going to be bringing Mason Hargrove on
That's
with me
right.
to bring you guys the men's final. It's going to be about 15 or 20 minutes. We're going to take a little bit of a break here in a few minutes. But what a show. What an amazing final. The sun's out, ready for our finals here. Absolutely amazing. We got soaking wet. It brought down the energy levels just a tiny bit. But we ramped them right back up here as the sun came back up for our finals.
That's right. We're finishing this World Championship on a high note. So bear with us, all you there watching on the live stream, brought to you by Online Direct Solutions, our partner here for this World Championship event.
That's right. We're going to sign off for a few minutes from the ICF Canoe Freestyle World Championships. We'll be back at about, let's say 7 o'clock, which is in about 10 minutes or so, 15 minutes.
So grab
here in
yourself a
Nottingham.
drink, find something to do, get a cup of tea.
Yeah, get ready to sit on the edge of your seat, I think, for the men's.
That's right, because who do we have coming up in our next heat? We have none other than Harry Price of Great Britain, Dane Jackson of the United States, Tomasz Czaplicki of Poland, Rob Crowe of Great Britain, and David McClure of Ireland. We've got world champions, we've got European champions, and we've got hometown heroes all ready to throw down here at 10 after 7 p.m. British
we'll probably
summertime.
sign on around 7 o'clock to start getting everybody ramped up here and tell you what's going on, but we'll sign off now from the ICF Canoe Freestyle World Championships 2022 from the women's finals.
Okay, that's great.
That was incredible. What a final for the women. But we have the men's up next. And man, did the weather turn or what? It has just got sunny. The rain has stopped. The crowds are coming. The beer is flowing over at the beer tent over there. Go grab a drink, grab some food, and grab a seat because the show is just getting started.
George just put down a sick run. My turn.
competition. It's my first ever senior men's time in the World Championship, so I was glad to make it to the semi-final rounds. There I was unfortunately knocked out, but I was so glad to be paddling with such a stacked heat. Looking at this heat we have coming up, it is fully packed with amazing paddlers.
Who do we got, Mason?
We have Harry Price of Great Britain, Dane Jackson of the United States, Tomasz Czaplicki of Poland, Robert Crowe of Great Britain, and Dave McClure of Ireland. Each of these guys have their own style, and they bring something to the table. I'm so excited to see what combos are going to be thrown, some big, huge, clean bonuses we're going to see. It's going to be amazing.
I can't disagree with that. Like, some of the combinations I've been watching, I'm not sure I can call them. I'm probably going to turn that over to Mason here, throw him, as we like to say, under the proverbial bus to call some of these here. I can keep up with most of them, but some of these moves we haven't even seen before. Do you think we'll see something we haven't seen before in a competition out there today?
We're going to see a lot of trophy threes. Dave McClure's been throwing the lunar to tricky combo. That's a new trophy three that a lot of the Europeans have coming up with. You're not quite finishing that lunar right in a tricky, and sometimes you actually loop out of it to get the huge air bonus off of those. I'm excited. Rob Crowe is linking the lunar to tricky loop off the bat. That's his opening sequence. I'm so excited to see what these guys are going to throw down for the finals. 3 rides, best one counts. This is go big or go home.
Absolutely. What does that trophy 3 score them? How many points is that?
The trophy 3 is 270 points. For a trophy 3.
Wow, that's amazing. And if they add an air bonus, how much do you get for an air bonus?
You're going to get an extra 40 added to that, and 50 if you get the huge bonus, so an extra 90.
And what about the clean bonus? What's that?
Clean bonus is 50 as well.
So there you go. So you can get 270 points. You can add 50 if you clean it somehow on any of the rotations, and then another 50 if you go huge on the air, like, or the amplitude out of the water. Right. So that's 370 points for one move.
It's a hard move, but Dave McClure has pulled it out in semis and in prelims.
Did he get the bonuses on it?
He just did the lunar tricky, but I think he's saving the lunar tricky loop for the finals.
Wow, absolutely amazing. The score is going up. You can see still on our scoreboard here the ladies' scores. 1,216 points was the top ladies' score. Absolutely amazing score there. I don't think we've ever seen a World Championships ICF score that high from a ladies. Ottilie Robinson-Shaw now with 3 gold medals. She's our golden girl here in Nottingham. Absolutely amazing performance by her when she went in for her victory lap there. It was the first time I think she might have been slightly tired.
I think so. She has competed in every event, squirt, C1, K1, sometimes having semifinals on in 2 different disciplines in the same day. I think she did C1 semis, K1 semis, and then C1 finals yesterday. So I know the fatigue is getting to her, but she's been training for this forever, as long as these guys have. Harry Price, her boyfriend, has been training super hard for this. I know he is stoked to be in this finals, and he's ready to go up and grab a World Championships. Robert Crowe just eking out in 2017 of the medal contention, getting 5th there. So I know he wants a medal as well. Tomasz Czaplicki hasn't gotten a medal since 2013. Dane Jackson knows what it takes to be on top of the podium, as he is multiple-time world champion. We also have Dave McClure, the underdog of last year, coming into this competition. I think there's only been 1 round he hasn't been in first. Dave, the European champion, also the Irish champion. So all these guys know what it takes to be on the top podium. I don't even know who's going to win. I can't call it. I know we're going to see scores over 1,600. That's the only thing I can call.
Okay. Somebody mentioned the 2,000-point barrier to me the other day. They said it could be broken up in the inlet gate feature just upstream of here. Do you think it can be done here?
I think it can, but someone's going to have to not stop moving the whole time. Harry Price has broken that 2,000-point barrier. He was the first one to ever do it in the inlet gate right upstream for us. He scored a 2,500 in the British Champions. So he knows what it takes to get that 2,000-point barrier. But if you're going to want to do it in twin, you're going to have to not stop moving, get every clean bonus and huge bonus you can on each trick. It's going to be something special.
Absolutely. Everything is pretty special here right now as we move into our men's final. The ICF judges are on the stand. I'm seeing just over 3 minutes left to go. They seem to start right on time on the buzzer. We've got our announcers ready. We've got our judges almost ready. The athletes are getting in their boats. The crowd is absolutely massive here on the shores of the home Pierpoint Country Park National Water Sports Center here in Nottingham, England. I've got myself, Matt Hamilton, and Mason Hargrove here to bring you the action. It's a pretty electric environment here.
Yeah, we're going to hear this crowd get so loud. I don't think we'll be able to hear ourselves think. For the women's, I think that was the loudest cheer we heard when Ottie finally got announced as a 3-time world champion in just this event alone. I can't even see where the crowd stops. It is absolutely amazing. Looks like we are getting ready. The crowd is getting hyped. There is our list. Harry Price is going to be up first, followed by Dane Jackson, Tomasz Czaplicki, Crowe, then rounding it out with Dave McClure. So these guys, they're in reversing order from semifinals. So Dave is going to have the last say in what our World Championship order is going to be. So if Crowe or Tomasz or Harry or Dane's in front of him, he can switch around the leaders board and take what is the World Championship title.
All right, the action's going to get going here soon. I'm excited. Yeah, Mason's like vibrating in his seat here. He's just bouncing around, ready to go. We're here to call it for you guys out there on the live stream here at the ICF Canoe Freestyle World Championships 2022. We have the men's kayak surface final, or as we like to call it, the K1 men's final. This is the World Championships. It got canceled last year because of COVID. We're here in 2022, and we are excited to bring you our final event here at this World Championships. As I see Harry Price making his way down in front of the judges stand. I think he's ready to go. I'm going to let Mason call the runs here. He looks like he's ready to do it. He's got a big smile on his face. He has something special coming up here in a couple of years. Tell us about what's happening in your hometown this fall and next fall.
Yeah, so as soon as this World Championships is done, we are headed back home and getting ready for the World Cups and World Championships that are going to be held in my hometown, Columbus, Georgia. October 3rd through 9th is going to be the World Cups. Then the date hasn't been decided for World Championships yet, but it's going to be absolutely amazing in 2023. The town is so excited to welcome kayakers from all over the world. I'm excited to show everyone my backyard and where I train all year long. It's going to be some amazing energy. Look at that beautiful Gigi Prod boat by Harry Price. Warner paddle in hand, PQK top on. He is ready. He has put in so much time. There's so many amazing videos that have come out from Harry Price from this whitewater park. Wow, what amazing athlete. He has done every combo known to man, inventing a lot of combos. They have this thing called a mac and cheese. It is the Space Godzilla to Space Godzilla to loop.
I don't even know how you can do that. But I've called it, I've watched it, I've seen it here. It can be done, you're right. Let's see if he's going to break that out. That's a lot to bring out in competition. We're going to see he really wants to get a bunch of points on the board, have a solid first ride to show the other competitors that he is here to compete. He wants to be on the top step of the podium, but there's 4 other guys that also want to be there, and every single one of these guys, there isn't one here that I could say is a definite favorite. In the ladies, Ottie was, but here we are, Harry Price dropping in.
He's going straight for that entry 3. Huge getting the bonus on that one right into the lunar loop with a huge, just catching an unfortunate flush, but he is still in the feature, already 320 points. 30 seconds to go, going into the left lunar. Can he stay retained? Just unfortunately flushing off the back, but he's getting that short flush. You'll see that first column there. He's coming back in the feature. He can still score a lot of points. Maybe not his best ride, but looking for that McNasty. Huge. You see how he sticks those hands up, getting that extra 50-point clean bonus right into the Phonics Monkey, staying retained in the feature. Harry Price maybe looking for the lunar orbit, linked into a tricky woo to the right. And that is time for Harry Price's first ride of this World Championship final.
All right, solid ride. We can see 1,140 points on the board for Harry Price. A good start. I would say in this group, it may not be enough to get you on the top step of the podium, but it should keep you in the running there. I know he's got more. Even with a flush off the wave, he was able to get a pretty solid points on the board, well over 1,000 points, although we're seeing it drop a little bit there. We're waiting for that score to turn green. I can see Dane Jackson over on the far side getting ready. The Americans making it down into the cheering zone next to the river. Coach Caleb Grady giving him a high five. Harry Price's score of 1,040 points is on the board. He's our current leader, but he's the only one who's paddled so far. All right, Dane Jackson, reigning world champion, wearing that number 2 bib. Those single-digit bibs are for our world champions from the past world championships. Wearing that beautiful Red Bull helmet, we have Dane Jackson of the United States.
Dane Jackson ready to throw down in his first ride of this finals, right into entry 2, link to McNasty. Huge on that, setting up back in the sweet spot of this hole, going straight for the lunar, cleaning it up there. Oh my gosh, right into the lunar orbit the other direction, trying to throw some more cartwheels at that, looking for the tricky woo. Can he stay retained? Yes, he does. Dane just a magnet staying in this hole. Huge McNasty bringing that out of nowhere. Dane knows what it takes, looking for that phonics monkey there. The scores keep climbing. Huge aerial clean loop right into a Space Godzilla. Dane's still having 10 seconds left. Space Godzilla the other direction. Already 3,000 points with 6 seconds left. 5 seconds. Looking for the tricky woo to the left. Can he stay retained? And that is time for Dane. It'll be up to the judges if he scored that last tricky woo, but that was absolutely amazing. The crowd is cheering loud. He wants more points.
He's pointing that up in the air. A lot of these athletes are doing that, raising it up, trying to get the judges to add more points, but we know the judges will score what they see. Look at that replay. Dane, so snappy, so powerful, keeping his boat moving that entire ride. 1,346.67 points currently on the preliminary scoreboard. Let's see what it's going to be to stick. Oh, bumps up to 1,400 points. Wow, this is an amazing ride from Dane Jackson. He's definitely coming out here in the final. He's definitely stepped it up. Dane, unfortunately, not got much training time as he has 1,400 points, moving him into the lead, knocking Harry Price down into second. Dane seems to be happy about that. He's got a big smile on his face about it. You know, Dane had a little struggle at being here. He wasn't able to train because he had COVID. As soon as he was tested negative in the ICF COVID protocol, he was approved to come back to the competition. And here he is in the finals, currently in the lead with 1,400 points, Tomasz Czaplicki of Poland. He has been in the top position after a few rounds here. He's got a really nice, clean style. He definitely goes for the huge bonuses and clean bonuses on all of his points, really selling them to the judges as he drops in. I'd love to see this guy on the podium. Let's see what he's got for us, Mason.
Tomasz Czaplicki dropping in for his first ride. There he goes, lunar orbit to the right, backing up with the McNasty. Oh, just bubbling off. Tomasz is not what he wanted. I think he's going to take a little bit chill on this ride to conserve some energy for the next 2. He knows he has 2 more rides after this to throw his biggest score that we've seen in this competition. Tomasz looking for a phonics monkey to the right, setting up for his next trick. He goes for that lunar loop, a trick we've seen a lot of, but unfortunately bubbling out. He's just going to wave that one off. He knows that he couldn't get the points needed to get into the top spot, so he's just going to save his energy for the next one. Tomasz, such an explosive paddler. Once he gets in the rhythm, he is not going to stop. You're just going to see that score go up, and I hope he's going to be able to showcase that for us in this finals. His first ride coming with a 443.33. Definitely probably his lowest score of this whole competition, but he'll be back for more.
Yeah, Tomasz has had some amazing rides so far. We know he's got more for us, and I'm sure he'll bring it to us in his next ride, 443.33 points. The crowd is going nuts for the local boy, Harry Price. Oh, sorry, not Harry Price, Robert Crowe, my bad. Harry Price, also from Great Britain, was our first paddler to go here. He's also in this. He's a local favorite as well, but right now it's all about Robert Crowe of Great Britain. As you can see him getting ready to go. Beautiful, shiny, bright yellow, sweet helmet. That's my color. I'd have to get that, put some red stripes on it for us. We'll get out there, have some fun with it. All right, here we go. Robert Crowe of Great Britain. This man is so fast, so snappy. It's all about Mason right now, as he's going to be calling it for Robert. All right, I don't think I've got Mason anymore. I'm not sure what happened to his thing, so I'm going to continue calling it here as he goes for Robert Crowe, going for a tricky woo into some cartwheels. Not sure what's going on. Let's see if we got Mason back. Oh, it's Robert still throwing it around here. Having a great ride. Oh, unfortunate flush.
Rob just paddling down the feature. He knows that wasn't his best. He's going to save his energy for the next two rides, just like Tomasz. Already at 573 points with a bobble. That's all right. He still has two more. But next up, we have the combo man himself, Dave McClure. This guy can combo his whole ride.
My God. Look at the Irish team. It is red. The drums are beating. They are lighting up this arena. There is a sea of green. I met the chairman of the National Federation from Ireland. She came here just because she heard they had a leader in this final. She's never seen a freestyle competition before. It's amazing to see these national federations buying in, as some of these athletes are absolutely dominating. The Irish have definitely stepped it up this year. And Dave McClure is a favorite to do really, really well here. And he's currently the top seed coming into the finals. Let's see what he's got, Mason.
Here he goes, Dave McClure dropping in for a ginormous intro move right into that lunar loop. He's not messing around. Oh, just catching an unfortunate flush. Double window shade there. That is unlike Dave, but it's okay. He still has 30 seconds left in the feature. Going for the Phonics monkey right over the top, right into lunar orbit, linked into some cartwheels, right into the tricky woo. Love to see the judges give him that. Maybe looking for the mini action, just bubbling out. Come on, Dave. Up, up, up. He can only score points while he is in the feature. So Dave, also like Tomasz and Rob, maybe saving some energy for his next two rides. Just going out there for a little bit of practice to feel the hole out. These water levels are changing during the day. They go up and down. This is the Trent River, and we had some rain right before final, so maybe that jacked the river levels up. We'll see how these men can adapt. Again, these are the best 5 men in the world, so they're going to be able to adapt and throw some big rides for us. All right, after the first round, we have Dane Jackson in first place with 400 points. Harry Price with 1,040. Dave McClure with 636. Rob Crowe, 573. And Tomasz, 443. But guys, we're going to see some bigger rides. I am sure of it. They have 2 more rides left. Only one counts. Again, this is the world's final. These guys have battled it out with 80 of the best men in the entire world. If you don't know, every single person that comes here has to go to a team trials and even make their national team. I know the USA, that was such a hard competition to make. We probably had 25 people come out. It was a battle just for that. And so all of these men are meant to be here. They've earned their spot to be here.
Absolutely. Dane Jackson, our reigning world champion on the shore there. Right now we got Harry Price ready to go. Pretty amazing heats here of men. The talent pool is absolutely huge. I just got to say, the sun just came out. It is beautiful. It's lighting up this twin wave feature. Let's see what Harry Price of Great Britain has for us.
Harry dropping in the local boy, bubbling off on that entry move, but he still stays retained. He is such a powerful paddler. Looking for the lunar loop right over the top. Harry setting back up on that surfer's right shoulder. Looking for the left lunar. How does he stay retained? There's a death jet that shoots right there. He's going for that McNasty. He's going to try and clean it up. We'll see if the judges give that to him. Harry going for the Phonics monkey, not missing a beat. He's already at 700 points. Looking for that lunar loop, lunar orbit to the right. Maybe trying to link that to a tricky woo, but not getting it. McNasty the other direction. Harry taking off all the points, almost at 1,000 points. Space Godzilla, link to loop on the buzzer. That is definitely going to up his first ride score. Is it enough to dethrone Dane right now? We'll have to wait and see what the judges give him. It's 1,200 points in climbing. There's no telling what he scored. This is freestyle at its best.
Yeah, this is the pinnacle of the sport, is what I would say. Definitely, he's got 1,240 points preliminary. Look at that replay. As I said, look at the sun. It's just lighting up this feature. It's some of the nicest light I've seen on the wave during competitions. Big spray of water coming off his boat, showing you how fast he's really whipping that boat around. There's that space loop right at the end of his ride. Absolutely amazing ride from Harry Price of Great Britain. He would like to move up to the top. Officially, he is in the silver medal spot at 1,240 points. There's lots of rides still to come, so that order may change.
Yeah, it definitely will, Matt. But we'll see what these guys can throw down. Next up, we have our current leader, Dane Jackson. He's getting himself hyped. He is ready to go. We're in bib number 2. He's looking at the crowd, soaking this all in. It's such an electric environment just to be around. Dane getting the thumbs up, getting stoked, staring at the feature, knowing what he needs to do. Dane Jackson won almost every event he's been to. I'm ready to see how he is going to throw down in his second ride. Looks like he's aiming up that entry too. Willie Lincoln to McNasty. Oh, nope. Just getting caught up, but right into the McNasty again. There he goes. Dane right into the lunar loop. He stalled that out just a little bit into the lunar orbit. Oh, just unfortunately falling down, but he's getting back up. 25 seconds to go. Dane Jackson smiling, just having some fun out here. He knows he's in the lead. He knows he might need to up his score just a little bit. Going for that lunar, he flushed on, linking it to some cartwheels, linking it to a tricky woo. He is such a technician. Maybe looking for the McNasty with the high stern in there, looking for the McNasty there, and that is time for Dane's second ride. I'd say that's going to come in around 850 points. Not his best, but that's all right.
Yeah, Dane's got 1,400 points on the board, current leader. A pretty solid lead at the moment, but any one of the next couple of guys can knock him off there. 793.33 his preliminary score so far. The judges are still tallying it up. Beautiful replays here as he brings it around into a nice big McNasty there in the replay. Dane's all smiles. He's having a good time here in this finals. All right, on deck, Tomasz Czaplicki of Poland wearing bib 69. He was hyping that fact up in the preliminary rounds here earlier. Definitely goofing around a little bit here. Amazing community in freestyle. Everybody's here having fun, helping out their friends from different countries, enjoying seeing everybody after a few years off. We had been together since 2019 in Sort, Spain, which was an amazing event. Let's see what Thomas has for us here in just a few minutes. We're waiting for the thumbs up from our head judge, Paul Shep. Definitely the largest thumb in freestyle kayaking as I see that thumbs up. Thomas of Poland, training regularly in the winter in a swimming pool on flat water with his partners Ossia. Yeah, he's hyped up. He knows what he needs to do. He didn't have a great first ride, so he'd really like to capitalize on this second ride, get some points on the board so he can have an amazing third ride as well. Here he goes.
Tomasz dropping in for that entry 3, setting it right up on the right side, looking for that lunar orbit, linking it right into the McNasty. He's just taking off all the tricks. He knows what he needs to do to get back on that top spot. McNasty, huge clean the other direction. That was absolutely amazing. Going for the Phonics monkey to the right. Tomasz looking for that lunar loop. Did he just clean that up? Oh my goodness gracious. He's setting back up on that right side. looking for the ginormous loop. That was one of the biggest loops we've seen. Already at 1,100 points with 9 seconds to go. Looking for the Phonics monkey the other direction. He sticks in. He's one more trick to dethrone Dane. He's going for that Space Godzilla on the buzzer. Tomasz, I can barely hear myself think. He is climbing that. He knows he just threw such a ginormous ride in the finals. Already almost at 1,500 points. Is the last judge going to give him that clean bonus? Look, he does. If you see that 0.67, you know 2 judges gave it and 1 judge did not. So they will be deliberating it up there and seeing if they actually thought he judged it. There's 3 judges, and each judge score is averaged out to give us our final ride score. We have a head judge, Paul Ship. Tomasz moving into the lead with a 1,496 points. He is our current leader with 2 more paddles to go in the second round. He is stoked. He has been working so hard for this, helping me train and get ready for this World Championships. Tomasz, an amazing person, amazing paddler. But next up, we have Robert Crowe of Great Britain. He actually is a graphic designer and designed these bibs we are wearing. An amazing human being all around. He is the visualization king. You'll see him sitting on the side of the river, going through his rides a million times, acting like he's done it so many times. He's been paddling here over lockdown. He knows this feature better than anyone, and here he goes. The crowd is getting loud. Their homeboy, Rob Crowe, is dropping in for his second ride. I'm ready for this. Entry 3, right over the top. He's surfing over to that right side of the feature, looking for that lunar orbit, linking it into a cartwheel, linking it into the tricky loop. Does he stick it? Yes, he does. 500 points on the board. There he goes into the, just the orbit. He needs to get a lunar orbit to score that one. He's going to go to the lunar loop. Can he stick it? Just bubbling out. You see that right side is a giant boil, and if you land on top of that, you are out the back. Rob knows that and is fighting to the top as hard as he can. Already 460 points on the board, looking for that McNasty to the left. He's moving in. McNasty, just not coming over the top. Rob is going to finish that off with the loop. He's going to shake it off. He has one more ride to show us why he is made to be here in the finals. I know he is capable of more. We've seen him throw more in this competition. Matt, what do you think?
Definitely a solid ride from Rob Crowe. I know it's not what maybe he wanted. He bobbled on a few tricks. Unfortunately, getting a flush mid there on that linked move there. As now we see the replay there of Robert Crowe still going on as you see him paddling downstream. He knows he's got one ride left. I don't know if you guys can hear this in the background, but the Irish are beating on the drum, beating on the walls, because their countryman Dave McClure is up next. He was in first place coming into this finals. He's currently in 5th place after the first ride. Robert Crowe's score is 673.33, moving him up into 4th place. Dave McClure, I can hardly hear what's going on here, even with headsets on. The arena is lighting up. They are loud and proud. The Irish are in the house.
David getting ready, blowing off the last bit of steam he has. No more stress. David is in the flow. He is ready to throw down. We've already seen him throw to 1,600 in this competition. Will he go north of 1,600? Right into that entry 3. David moving around to that lunar loop. Just flushing, Dewey. David, come on, buddy. Up, up, up. We know we want to see you throw down some big scores, maybe saving energy for his last and final ride. He's going to look over to that right side. Let's see what tricks he has for us. Going for that lunar loop. Very nice. Right into Phonics Monkey. David just casually doing those. He is so good at freestyle, being able to link all of these moves together. Looking for that lunar orbit to the right, linked into the cartwheels. Maybe looking for a tricky move, but just getting a little bobbled there. Looking for that McNasty, nice over the top with the air bonus. Going for the Phonics the other direction, but just falling out. He's going to shake that one off. in freestyle, you have to have a short-term memory loss. If you don't, you're going to reminisce on what you messed up on, and you're going to get caught in your head, especially in a finals. You can't think about what you did wrong. You just have to move to the next. 810 points for Dave, moving him into 4th place, but he wants more.
Absolutely. Dave wants more. He came in here seated first. We know he can throw the big rides, having a little bit of a struggle here, maybe with the pressure of the finals and also being a little bit exhausted by the time you get to the finals. He's had a lot of rides this week leading up to this, and a lot of stimulation going on here with the crowd, the Irish cheering loud and proud. It's an electric arena here in Nottingham. As next up, we've got our 3rd and final ride from Harry Price of Great Britain. You can see our scores coming up on the board there. It's getting pretty exciting. We're down to our last rides of our 2022 ICF Canoe Freestyle World Championships here in Nottingham. Absolutely been an amazing week. They've put on a festival of freestyle, as they're calling it, with all kinds of side events going on. We've got the freestyle synchro, the young guns, the masters debuted here. We saw the women's C1 first time, but right now it's all about the men's final as Great Britain is cheering for Harry Price. He is the hometown hero. He knows what he needs to do. Let's see if he's got it for us. Harry Price currently sitting in bronze as he's off to go. Mason, yours.
Harry. He just unfortunately had a little bit too much speed as he came down. He's going to charge up as high as he can. This is the last ride. If you want to be world champion, you're going to throw down in this ride, looking for that lunar orbit to the right, linking it into cartwheels, linking it into a tricky loop. That was so many points. Harry having 20 seconds left, looking for that McNasty to the left, right into lunar orbit. Lunar loop to the right. He's not messing around. He wants to be on top of the podium. There's that ginormous loop. The crowd is getting so loud. McNasty, what tricks does he have left for us? Just catching an edge there. Come on, Harry. Space Godzilla. Can he do one last trick on the buzzer? Phonics Monkey. Harry Price making the most of his ride with the flush. Already 1,300 points. We'll see what the judges give him. Harry, the scores going up and down. What's it going to be? We have the live scoring here so the crowd can see the scores as they go up and down. Matt, what do you think?
Well, he's up to 1320 now, which would put him up into 3rd place. He's got to be pretty happy with that. You know, with the flush, that sucks, but he came back and really put on a show. He was behind. He could have gave up there, and I've seen lots of athletes do that in the past. He stood it up. He came to do a job, and he did it.
He definitely did. The score still bouncing up and down. We're just waiting for it to go green, and Paul Shep to finalize that score. If it stands, Harry will be up his first ride score, but not moving into 2nd medal position. But we still have 4 other paddlers who can say different. Dane Jackson coming up next in the silver medal position. Oh, the score's going up even more, 1,390. Is it going to beat Dane's first ride score? Nope, he's going to stay in the bronze, 1,390 points. What an amazing score, 1,300, just to get in the bronze medal position. It just shows you how high of a caliber these guys paddle at. They are definitely the best of the best.
And definitely an amazing first ride here in the last run of our men's final here in Nottingham. Dane Jackson is up next from the U.S. Huge American cheering squad going on. I see Coach Clay Wright checking out the action down in the coaches area here. Big smile from Dane. He's ready to go. He knows what he has to do. He's currently in silver medal position with 1,400 points. He's 96.67 points behind Tomasz Czaplicki of Poland. Dane knows what he has to do. He can do it. He's the reigning world champion from 2019. Let's see what he has here in his 3rd and final ride for us in Nottingham. Mason, it's all yours.
Dane dropping in to the feature. Wing over, linked into McNasty. So many points right off the bat. looking for that lunar loop. He is off to a very strong start. Looking for that lunar orbit to the right. Can he link it into cartwheels? Just one in, but right into the tricky woo to the right. He is still in the feature, linking it to some more cartwheels, to a McNasty. He stays retained in the feature, still scoring points. Right to the McNasty, the Phonics monkey to the right, looking for that huge aerial loop. Dane going for the left lunar, linking it into cartwheels, trying to get those link bonus. He still has 10 seconds, 8 seconds. Space Godzilla, one more trick. Space Godzilla on the buzzer. One more. Dane, 1650. That was it. He moved in to the first medal position. He is stoked. What a ride. Only having 2 days of training before the actual competition start. The GOAT of kayaking, I'm calling it. He is one of the greatest of all time in any style of kayaking. I don't know who else could have done what he just did. Dane Jackson.
Check out that replay, guys. Definitely selling all of his moves to the judges, really moving quickly, getting all the moves done, getting some bonuses on some of his moves. You know, he doesn't have the link moves of some of the Europeans, but he really sells his moves, really sells those bonuses. Big hug with his girlfriend, Chloe. The family is in there. His best friend, Caleb Grady. His sister, Emily. His dad right there to cheer him on. Big high fives. That was Dane's third and final ride. Here he's currently in second place, but we're looking at these scores. If it stays where it is or goes up or even down a little bit, there it is, 1,633.33 points for the reigning world champion, Dane Jackson. There's still a few people to go yet that could knock him off the top of this podium, but I'm pretty sure Dane's coming home with a medal, but there's still a few guys. It's anybody's game with these next 3 paddlers, but absolutely amazing show from Dane Jackson, stepping it up here in the final round of the men's K1.
Tomasz is going to have something to say about that. I've seen him hit 1,900-point rides in practice. He has it in him. Will he be able to throw it out when it counts? Only time will tell, and we are going to know in just a few moments. He is getting his last bit of composure together. This crowd is so loud. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm so ready. I'm on the edge of my seat. Here we go. Tomasz Czaplicki of Poland dropping in for his final ride. Here he goes. Entry 3, right over the top. What's he going to link it into? Looking for that lunar orbit to the right. Right into a huge clean McNasty, surfing over to that right shoulder. He's going to go for the McNasty the other direction, cleaning it up as well, trying to get every single bonus on each trick. Going for that huge loop. What's he going to, we haven't seen a lunar loop yet. Going for that Phonics monkey, taking off all the tricks. There's going to be that lunar orbit to the right. Oh, maybe looking for that lunar loop at that 1,000-point barrier. He needs a little bit more. Going for that Phonics monkey the other direction. There's that lunar loop. Tomasz, 5 seconds to go. Come on, buddy, keep it going for that Space Godzilla. Can he link it into the split wheel on the buzzer? That is time. Looking up at the scoreboard. He wants those scores to go up. Wow, what an amazing ride. He did not have his boat stop moving. He only had one bobble that whole time and still almost getting 1,500 points. He's just going to keep surfing till that score comes through.
Yeah, he's in there. He wants to check it out. Check out this replay. Throwing around huge, holding his paddle out of the water, trying to sell to the judges that he's doing all these moves clean. Yeah, Tomasz Czaplicki's at 1493. Dane Jackson coming down. He wants the scores to go up, cheering him on. Dane is definitely a sportsman down here as Tomasz is just surfing around 15:01. As Tomasz going for a big loop there. He's watching the scoreboard. He's pointing up in the sky. 15:01.67. He's going to hold on to that second spot in his third and final ride here. Tomasz, I think, is going to be on the podium, but there's still 2 more guys to go that could knock any of these guys off the podium. There's a ton of talent here in this finals. Wow, we got to bring the energy down, catch our breaths for a few minutes. As next up is Robert Crowe of Great Britain. There he is. He is a graphic designer, designed the design of his boat. He designed the bibs that all of the athletes are wearing here from Direct Business Solutions. Robert Crowe.
Can you talk about drama? This is it. Are the medals going to stay the same? Is Rob Crowe and Dave McClure going to up the score? No one knows. But if anyone can do it, break that 1600, it is these two guys. Rob dropping in for his last ride of this finals in his home spot. Dropping it, entry 3, right on the bat. Going for surfing over to that sweet spot, looking for the lunar orbit. Linked into cartwheel, looking for that next set of tricks. He's doing the tricky loop tricky woo to the right. He didn't loop out of that one. He's just taking through all the moves, going for that left lunar. Can he stay retained? Yes, he does. He's going a little bit slower on this ride, making sure he get all his tricks. Lunar loop, very nice. Rob moving through his score sheet, looking for that McNasty there over the top, looking for the McNasty the other direction. There it breaks over that 1,000-point barrier, going for the Phonics Monkey, maybe not landing that straight enough for the judges, and then a Space Godzilla on the buzzer. That is time for Rob Crowe.
Excellent third and final ride here from Rob, getting him way up over the 1,000-point barrier, improving a lot on his earlier rides here. He's having a little bit of struggle getting going. This time he did get things going, as you see that nice lunar loop. And getting those link bonuses there as he throws around into a McNasty in the replay. Rob disappearing down nice and low there. It looks like Rob Crowe is going to remain in a 4th position, not quite cracking up into those medals at 1,158.33. We've got one more paddler to go, and this guy has been at the top of almost every heat on the way to get here. He is an amazing paddler. He came into this final in the first seed. He gets to go last. He will be our last competitor here in the 2022 ICF Canoe Freestyle World Championships in Nottingham, England. We're at the National Water Sports Center here. He is an Irish paddler. Dave McClure is on deck. The crowd is lining the shores of the river. The Irish are beating on their bongo drum. Dane Jackson is riling up all of these athletes. He's currently in first place. If there's anybody who could knock him off the top stoop of the podium, it's Dave McClure from Ireland, and here he is.
Dave, entry 3, right off the bat. Here he goes. Looking for that lunar orbit to the right, linking it into some cartwheels, not getting that tricky woo, but that's all right. He'll set it back up. He still has plenty of time. Going for that lunar loop to the right, cleaning it up. This is a good start to his ride. Here he goes, looking for that Phonics Monkey. David racking up the points. Come on, David, we need to see you throw a flurry, going for that back loop. Still 15 seconds to go. Come on, David, looking for that McNasty there, up and over the top. Huge aerial moves. Looking for that McNasty the other direction. Can he clean that? Yes, he does. He's already upped his score from last time. Looking for that Space Godzilla. One last trick on the buzzer. Space Godzilla the other direction to the loop. Will the judges give that one to him? It'll be up to them. Will he knock Harry Price off of that 3rd spot? Who knows? What an amazing final we just had. It's all up to the judges now.
Yeah, David Crowe having Dave McClure from Ireland having an amazing ride there. Wild here, right down to the last ride. These guys are definitely stepped it up.
1,300 points for Dave. Our gold medalist is Dane Jackson of the United States. 2nd place, Tomasz Czaplicki. 3rd place, Harry Price. 4th place, David McClure. And rounding out our list is Robert Crowe.
Dane does it again, 1,633.33 points. Amazing to also see Tomasz Czaplicki up there getting the silver medal. He's had an amazing week here at the World Championships, coming in with 1,501.67 points. Harry Price coming in at 1,390. Dave McClure, 1,300. Rob Crowe in that 5th place point, 1,158.33 points. What an amazing World Championships this has been here in Nottingham. That was our last competitor on the water. we're going to have a medal ceremony in a few minutes as we see the crowd starting to move downstream here. Wow, we are done. It's been an amazing week watching the action. Freestyle is definitely alive and thriving here. The World Championships has shown that. They have stepped it up. Everybody was hiding away during the pandemic as COVID kept us away from the World Championships last year, but here we are back doing it now. Absolutely amazing.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Here with the reigning world champion, and he's just done it again, Mr. Dane Jackson in the house. Oh my God, that was insane. I mean, I was fired up just to make it to final, get to paddle with these guys, and all these guys are looking so phenomenal. I'm stoked that so many of them paddled so well, and to come out on top is definitely a shock, but I had a great time. Dude, you had so little training as well coming into this, and I think it just goes to show you are the best whitewater kayaker in the world. Oh, stop. Dude, you are. Guys, let's put it together for Mr. Dane Jackson, 2022 Freestyle World Kayak Champion, buddy! You did it, man! Thanks, dude. Oh, thanks, dude. Thanks. Gonna grab your mic.
It's down at our beautiful medal ceremony area.
Dane Jackson is going to have a bye to the next World Championships. So the U.S. men are going to have 6 competitors on their team for a home World Championships. I am absolutely stoked. We're going to have one of the biggest teams out there, as we had Clay Wright winning the squirt as well. We had Abby Holcomb winning the junior women's class. Wow.
Yeah. Also, I think the Great Britain team, after this little bit of a boom they had here, they're going to have a lot of energy and momentum moving forward into the next World Championships in Columbus, your hometown. I've heard that the World Cups are going to be this fall in October, the 3rd to the 9th. I've also heard that the World Championships may be moving till October. The date actually hasn't been 100% set, but that's when they can guarantee the water levels we need for the feature there. Mason, tell us a little bit about that feature as we see Dane celebrating on the screen there.
Good Wave is an amazing feature. It is about 6 feet tall as it's standing. It is a powerful, surgy wave that you can get some of the biggest wave tricks in the world on. It's going to be an amazing competition environment, as I'm excited to show all of my fellow competitors and friends my backyard where I train. Again, this October, anyone that wants to come, please come down, shoot me a message. I would love for you guys to come down to Columbus. Let me show you around. The World Championships is going to be amazing.
All right, thanks, Mason. That was pretty amazing. We're going to wait for our medal ceremony, which will be in just a few minutes, so stand by, check that out. Absolutely amazing World Championships here from Nottingham. So we're going to sign off for a few minutes from the ICF Canoe World Freestyle Championships 2022, brought to you by Direct Business Solutions here in Nottingham at the home Pure Point Country Park, home of the National Whitewater Sports Center.
Our athletes, I just wanted to see if yourselves can give some appreciation for our 200-strong volunteer team that have helped put this event on. So shall we do 3 cheers for our event volunteers? Hip hip! Hip hip! Hip hip! And I'm going to get yourselves to do a massive cheer for yourselves. We've had typical British weather today. We're not sure what season it is. I don't know whether it's going to snow this evening at the end of our party, but one final 3 cheers for the most amazing supporters we could ever dream of. Hip hip! Thank you very much. We will get underway for our medal ceremony very shortly. Ladies and gentlemen, the medal ceremony of the 2022 ICF Canoe Freestyle World Championships will begin. Ladies and gentlemen, we present the medalists for the 2022 ICF Canoe Freestyle World Championships Women's Kayak. The medals will be presented by ICF Vice President Denise Rebnegger, accompanied by the team leader of the National Federation of Great Britain. Our bronze medalist is Marlene Devillez of France. Our silver medalist is Hitomi Takaku of Japan. And our gold medalist, world champion, Ottilie Robinson-Shaw of Great Britain. Please rise for the national anthem of Great Britain. Ladies and gentlemen, please show your recognition for our 2022 World Champion and medalists. Congratulations to our medalists. Please stay around. We will shortly have the men's kayak ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, the medal ceremony of the 2022 ICF Canoe Freestyle World Championships will begin. Ladies and gentlemen, we present the medalists for the 2022 ICF Canoe Freestyle World Championships Men's Kayak. The medals will be presented by ICF President Tomasz Czaplicki, accompanied by the team leader of the National Federation of the USA. Our bronze medalist is Harry Price of Great Britain. Our silver medalist is Tomasz Czaplicki of Poland. Our gold medalist and world champion is Dane Jackson of the USA. Please rise for the national anthem of the United States of America. Ladies and gentlemen, please show your recognition for the 2022 World Champion and medalists. Congratulations to our medalists.
All right, beautiful medal ceremonies here in Nottingham.
The 2022 National Federation will begin. I call upon President Tomasz Czaplicki to present the Nations Cup to the team leader of the National Federation of the USA. The best national federation for all categories is accepted by Andy Jones, the team leader of the USA, with 4 gold medals for our team from the US. representative of the host organizer committee for Columbus, and the ICF president, Tomasz Czaplicki, to join us out the front. May I call on the the president of the ICF, Tomasz Czaplicki, to speak.
An unforgettable, exciting, incredible, awesome World Championship 2021/2022 comes now to an end. Let's thank together all those who have wished to make this World Championship to a success. Thanks to our IPOs and instructors. Thanks to all the volunteers. Thanks to our coaches. Last but not least, thanks to our athletes who provided a great professional show. By the way, 30 years after we launched the first World Championship in freestyle in the United Kingdom and Wales. Thanks to the British Canoe Association who provided this professional stage. And now let's applaud all together as a sign of recognition for all those who have helped to make this World Championship to a success. And this World Championship will leave a legacy in two ways. A legacy in a way that a lot of kids and parents in front of TV or laptops or computers will be excited and will start or continue freestyle sport. And the second legacy will leave in our hands, and we will take all with us unforgettable experience from a great professional World Championship. Thanks to all of you, thanks to British Canoeing, and now I declare the 2022 ICF Freestyle World Championship closed. Go on.
The flag will come. The ICF president will now pass on the flag to the Columbus